A veteran sheriff's deputy rushes to a scene knowing he only has just a matter of time, seconds, to save a man's arm and possibly his life. The victim had just been struck by a car while walking in the village of Beach Park. New at 10, CBS 2's Jeremy Ross is live near the scene with that quick-thinking deputy story. Jeremy.
Good evening. All this taking place down the road in that direction. Around 5:50 this morning, a man was discovered laying in the grass. Some of his injuries, including a partial amputation, everything described as life-threatening.
It was somewhat of a chaotic scene. The driver that had struck him was very upset about it.
Early Monday morning at Sheridan Road near York House, a series of firsts for Deputy Sheriff Stephen Campobasso took place.
One of the first times I was actually able to be there that quickly to actually render aid.
You happen to be a minute away, huh?
Yep.
Just pure luck?
Yep.
It was especially lucky for the 30-year-old Waukegan man who was walking in the roadway when he was hit by a driver. The 13-year veteran of the department helping with the aftermath, a scene he may never forget.
I do see a lot of horrific stuff.
And in the worst of the worst in your career, how bad does this rank?
This is up there.
Something out of like a horror film?
It was very nasty. I could see almost through his whole arm, and there was a vast amount of blood. I'm going to slide it on here.
He used a tourniquet to stop the intense bleeding until paramedics arrived.
At least a few minutes before an ambulance was able to respond there and render aid to him.
You think you saved his life?
I believe so. I hope so.
How many times have you done this before?
I've never applied a tourniquet in real life. Done it, I don't know how many times in training. You get it as tight as possible like this, and then you're going to crank this down until it's as tight as you can possibly get it, and hopefully you can actually see the blood stop flowing.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office says the driver of a 2014 Dodge Caravan stopped at the scene, a scene made less desperate by a device and a quick responding deputy relying on his training in a time of crisis.
Muscle memory took over, and I did what I was supposed to, and I did what I was trained to do.
The investigation into this crash continuing. Now, the deputy tells us he's keeping tabs on the medical condition of the man who was hit. At last check, he tells us that man was in surgery. Live in Beach Park, Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News. Brad.
Jeremy, thank you.